about working with the Jazz Ambassadors?
I adore the Jazz Ambassadors. I adore them for a number of reasons. Number one, they're so professional. They're so good. They play, they go. And it's wonderful to have a jazz band that plays with an orchestra. You know, we do a lot of popular music at the Pops, obviously. And when you put together a jazz program, it can get a little bit difficult because you wonder, what are the 80 other musicians going to do? Jazz is not known to be for a big orchestra. So to be able to get the Jazz Ambassadors, who are a troupe of people, but that their arrangements are written with the orchestra in mind, is fabulous for us. So I about working with the Army musicians is they call me sir, and I love that. That's my favorite part. My favorite part of the show is when someone says, yes, sir. I think to myself, wow, how did I deserve that? I don't know, you know, the caliber of your musicianship is fantastic. I mean, these people are the creme de la creme. I mean, this is not just because they're in the Army, you know, is one thing, but the fact that they are the finest musicians around.
Right. And what kind of benefits do you think the Jazz Ambassadors group has for the public in general as far as seeing them?
So the nice thing about working with the Jazz Ambassadors is, you know, you're getting something that's so professional, and I can feel very confident when I go out there knowing that they're there. I also think, personally, from my own feeling, I don't think that our government ever uses music as an ambassador as much as we should. There used to be a time when there was this incredible amount of going back and forth between nations. I think the Jazz Ambassadors playing tomorrow in Palestine would be spectacular. I think them playing in places that you normally don't play, you know what I mean? I think it would be great.
Really feel that jazz is still a viable art form today?
There are certain things that will never die. Jazz is one of them, you know? My love of desserts is number two. But number one, jazz is not, it's terrific. Now, the important thing is to play it well. Because you hear a lot of people playing jazz, and you go, give me my money back, you know what I mean? But no, it's wonderful. I think that's one of the reasons I always pick the Duke Ellingtons and the Satchels, because it's forever.
Right.
You know? Right.
And I also noticed whenever we work together, you always seem to convey to the audience that you support the troops that are overseas.
Always.
And that's really
always.
important for us to hear.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I don't think there's a person around who in any way doesn't support the troops. People can decide whether they like, don't like, should go, shouldn't go, whatever, all that stuff. I leave that to the politicians. But everyone supports the troops. If it was up to me, I would have the Jazz Ambassadors go from high schools to colleges. I would do a whole college tour, because it's interesting about kids today. Remember one thing, kids today don't hear certain things, not because they don't want to, just because they're not on anymore. My love of show music started on the Ed Sullivan Show. I'll never forget that John Raitt came out and sang the soliloquy from Carousel, and I went, oh, where's this from? What's happening? Whatever. Kids don't normally hear, where are they going to hear it? There is no Ed Sullivan Show. If you don't know the jazz station, you'll never find it. You know what I mean? You have to almost go on XM or, you know, one of those things. So anytime I've found when kids are able to hear this music, they usually come back for more. So I think anytime that we can do a concert and we can make sure that people bring kids, it's always great.